Raj had returned to the city, but he was no longer the same. Something else lived inside him now, a shadow, a spirit that wanted revenge on the world. He stayed locked in his apartment all day and wrote all-night stories of death. Every night, his fingers danced across the keyboard. And every morning, someone was found dead. First, it was his publisher, allegedly a heart attack, but his face was frozen in terror. Then, a critic, his eyes wide open in horror, as if he'd seen something unnatural. Days turned into weeks, and the body count rose. People whispered about the strange occurrences, about Raj and his stories. The only light filtering in from a broken window pane on the wall. His eyes were wide and hollow, like pools of darkness in the abyss. "Why? Why do you do this?" she asked, her voice echoing in the silent room. The power to shape their lives, to control their fates, to end their stories. She remembered the old priest in the village, his wrinkled face etched with wisdom and concern. In an instant, the room was filled with blinding light and deafening thunder. She escaped, breathing heavily, shaken, but alive. Just as she was about to close the apartment door, a single burnt page floated gently to her feet. She picked it up. On it, one last sentence was written in blood. "A story never truly ends." The book pulsed in her hands, its leather cover sizzling as if on fire. "No," Raj screamed, his voice cracking with desperation. "No, stop it. If words ever start to kill, silence them with this," he had said, placing a small, intricately carved talisman in her hands. It was a symbol of protection, a counterbalance to the dark forces at play. He stared at her, a smile slowly spreading across his face. "You came? Good," he rasped, his voice like the rustle of dry leaves. "Now, your story ends." He gestured to the book in his hand. "Every story is a soul." She could make out a desk, a chair, and a man hunched over it. It was Raj, his back towards her. He was writing something in a large leather-bound book, his knuckles white as he gripped the pen. As he wrote, the shadows on the wall danced ominously, mimicking his every move. But no one knew the truth, not until someone found a copy of his book, the Book of Death. Her instincts told her there was more to these deaths than met the eye. The pieces of the puzzle began to fit the writer, the stories, the deaths. She had a lead, a name, Raj. All she needed was a face. And the strangest part, anyone who read it either went insane or died. This was Raj's abode. But how could she get inside? The apartment's door was locked, the windows barred from the inside. But then she noticed a small opening near the roof, probably a vent for the air conditioner. With a deep breath, she pushed through it. Meanwhile, in a small village nestled amidst emerald hills and sapphire rivers, a young journalist named Neela was piecing together the fragments of these grim tales. Her search led her to an old, dilapidated building in the heart of the city, a place where time seemed to have stopped. It was dark and musty inside. He looked up, his face pale and gaunt in the dim light. Neela's heart pounded against her ribs, but she stood her ground. She had come too far to turn back now. "Why? Because I can," he replied, his smile widening. "Because the power is mine." As Raj advanced towards her, his eyes gleaming with a terrifying light, Neela realized she had to act fast. Neela threw the talisman onto the book. With trembling hands, Neela reached for the doorknob. Behind her, the room grew darker as the shadows returned.